Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Dave, and this is the double feature. Today is going to be one of the most interesting topics that I'm going to talk about in this double feature series that we got going on the Personal Finance Friends channel. We're going to talk about this idea called self-actualization. It amounts to when you're getting out of debt, you really gotta, before you even start, you have to just have a self-reflection moment. Just really evaluate why you want to do what you want to do and getting out of debt, and this being able to mentally prepare yourself for the sacrifice that you're going to have to make. A lot of it, when it comes to personal finance, a lot of it has to do with this pride barrier that we have, especially because being in debt and thinking that you know it all, you have this sense of pride, like, oh, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great in my finances, great in my life. Everything's going well. But you really just need to take that moment and drop your pride. I know when I first started, before I even was going to start to get out of debt or even had that thought process or idea, I thought I knew everything about finances, how to take advantage of credit card companies, how to do, how to build wealth in the non-conventional way. Non-conventional meaning not like grandma's and grandpa's way of building wealth, which works over time. And so it was really a lot of me, having that moment where I needed to break down that pride barrier, say, okay, I need to have some financial honesty in my life. And with that comes one of my it's not famous, but it's one of the big moments in my life, the big story. This is before I started Dave Ramsey's plan or even found Dave Ramsey. It's kind of the breaking point story for me. I was at a gas station. I went to the gas station one day. It was a Monday before payday. I needed to get gas. The Hoopties gas light was on, and you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So I remember pulling up to the gas station and pulling up to the pump, and then pulling out my wallet and pulling out just credit card, rewards card, and I had a debit card, but then I was like, oh, do I have money for gas? And I had 57 cents in the bank account. It was kind of scary. And so it was like, okay, well, hold on. Let's see what we can do. Let me look at one of these credit cards and say, all right, oh, but wait, they're maxed out. And payday is not till Friday. And I don't have enough gas to make it to work and back. It was a tough time. It was a stressful situation. And so my first instinct at that time, being financially inept, I said, I'm going to call the credit card company and ask for, a credit limit increase. And I thought that was the best thing for me to do to get myself through the situation. Because I was the one that's like, I need to be able to do this all on my own. I don't ever want to ask for help or borrow money from family members or whatever. And so, I called the credit card company. They declined my credit limit increase because both of my credit cards are maxed out. And I just said, okay, this sucks. And that financial stress that I had in that moment was just so unbelievable that it was a breaking point. I never ever want to go back and have that feeling again of just being swallowed and consumed by my debt. And so I decided that moment I was not going to borrow money again. And because that day at the gas station was one of the worst days I've ever had. And luckily, a good person in my life always said, make sure you keep $5 or $10 bill in your little compartment next to your steering wheel, because one day you're going to need it. And the origin of that story is that person who told me that said, okay, well, that's when life goes awry, and that's when I need to buy a cigarette and a beer, and I got to make sure I have that money. Interesting enough, it wasn't for that case. I didn't need to buy a cigarette or beer. I needed gas. So luckily, a couple years before when I first started driving, I had put a $10 bill in there, completely forgot about it. And until that day, after 20, 25 minutes of you know, just absolute self-failure at this gas station, I opened up that compartment and I said, wow, thank God that that's in there. Because this is the moment I needed it the most. And so that moment, that whole experience gave me a new perspective on life. And it was like, okay, you know what? I have failed before with my finances. But I'm going to do everything I can to get on track and make sure I never be in this position again. And self-actualization is all about knowing your full potential, or your potentialities to improve your person. There's a lot of psychological definitions for this. But yeah, it's all about just finding your full potential in what motivates you in certain aspects of life, whether it be financial, relationships, etc. And so then I was like, okay, well, I got myself in this mess of 2 credit cards maxed out. I had student loans. If you go on the About page on our website down here at the bottom, personalff10.wixsite.com/financefriends, you can read all about who I am and my story and how motivated I was to get out of debt. And I thought, I just put it all out there. I said, this is going to be, this is going to help somebody. And that's the goal of this channel. It's to help inform others of what what I've done and what you should and should not do. And the mistakes that me and Fonz have made with our money, and we just want you, to learn from our mistakes, essentially. And so then I realized after I left the gas station, and I said, nobody's going to fix this. Nobody will fix this. Only you can change your financial health. Only you can change your financial health. Nobody's going to do it for you. There's so many, debt consolidation, debt freedom companies, but it boils down to do this. It took, a couple of days for some people that I know to actually just say, this is what I've done wrong, and be honest with themselves. But after you do that, everything changes. You get wired and amped and motivated. You get this thing going where you're just like, I gotta go. I gotta attack this debt. I gotta get out. Because then you feel the shackles of debt around your wrists and your legs, and it's not good. But only you can change it. And that happens from self-actualization. And there's many studies out there that say that the events that occur in your life leave the lasting impression when it's linked to either a high amount of emotional stress or emotional pain or discomfort. And so that experience for me taught me, it's like, okay, I never want to be in this situation again. I gotta do something, and that required me to sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice to get out of debt. And you know what? I got to tell you, the next 4 months that I spent, 4.5, 5 months or so, give or take, I don't know exactly how long it was. It was rough. It really was. But I got to tell you, I'm standing here today. I've been debt free for over 6 months, and my world has changed, and it's amazing. And it all came from that financial honesty that I had to have with myself. So I hope that you all took something from this video, and you learned something about either yourself or obviously you just learned stuff about me. This has been the double feature, our series on YouTube, and look for more videos to come about different topics that I've mentioned about in previous videos. If you don't know those topics, you gotta go check them out. As always, follow us on Instagram and follow us on Twitter at BOPFFs. Like, share, and subscribe for more content. And check out our website. I built the website via Wix, and I think it looks great. It's a blog as well as an About section with who we are. It's got our Instagram and Twitter icons on there, so you just click on those, and it takes you over to our appropriate social media sites. Also has an email on there You know, we are the personal finance friends. We're here for you to give you advice. Just be your friend, essentially, you know, and always you have someone to come to when times get tough. And we're going to make a video on day to day getting out of debt. You know, there's a lot of YouTubers make videos on how to get out of debt, but they don't talk about what the experience is in the middle, day to day, each single day, and how to stay motivated every single day. So that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a good one, guys. We'll see you in the next one.